guys, welcome back to my channel. So as per the title guys, you can see the Dusty of the day is none other than the self-proclaimed thug himself, Jeezy. He went on a Dusty podcast starring this dust bucket here, TD Jakes, and he were talking about how he was a good husband. The audacity of the lowest hanging fruits of society. In my opinion, if you were such a good husband, I can assure you, you would still be married to your preference. I think it is so crazy how these male be coming on these little dusty podcasts and literally just be saying anything that come to their mind. It is crazy. You guys know just the other day I made a video where his ex-preference wife, Jeannie Mai, she were coming out here talking about the life that she currently have is not what she had envisioned for herself. She said she is indeed a baby mama. She's 46. And she then went on to say those are stuff that people started to address her by, which I think is very interesting. When Jeannie Mai was out here on the reel talking about how she was going to cater to Jeezy, and we already know the only reason why she brought up that conversation in the first place is because literally every social media app that we open up, we will have the lowest hanging fruits of society coming out here crying, talking about how Black women don't want to submit to them. So let's just be honest here. The only reason why Jeannie Mai came out here and say that she was going to cater to him is because of that reason. Do I also need to remind you guys that Jeannie Mai say that her preference in men are white men and she would have a little dirty side dish, aka black male. This male here, Jeezy, he was very much aware of that, but we already know these male are willing to justify anything when it pertains to the women that they claim are their preference. But at the end of the day, regardless of these male continuously coming out here saying that these women are their preference, literally every single day, we would have either these dust bucket coming out here in a nutshell telling us that yes, they said that, but they didn't really mean it. And you will also have these preferences coming out here crying on the internet. Just yesterday, I made a video with that preference where she were ultimately coming out here saying that her biggest mistake that she had made in her life was her being involved with the lowest hanging fruit of society. She say her dad also warned her, and she now is coming out here and warning other preferences from going and getting involved with them. This right here is why I continue to say these women be knowing exactly what they be getting themselves into, but for some reason they be believing when the lowest hanging fruits of society come out here and say that they are indeed the epitome of women, regardless of all of the example that these women have, they still be feeling like they're special. Nonetheless, guys, listen to this dust bucket here saying that he was a great husband, and then we will come back with more.
What did you learn from it?
I learned I was a great husband. I can't be.
Okay.
I got a beautiful daughter out of a situation, so there's no regrets there. But I learned a lot about myself. I learned that there's things that I continue to work on. I learned about, my preferences for things, the type of space that I need, the type of moments that I need to decompress about certain things, and this just unselfish nature, that I was selfish in my prior life. And I think just going forward in life, it just taught me how to give someone else grace and actually listen to understand rather than just to listen to reply.
Yeah.
Because when you're sharing a life with somebody, it's almost like you don't become one, but this is a partnership, right? And so for me, it's almost like I've never experienced anything like that, just coming from where I came from. So I never had to share, you know what I'm saying? Or I never had to compromise in a way. So I just think it taught me a lot about what compromising was like, and then things that I can just work on as a person. It's a
We're all
person.
working
It's a
on
mirror.
something. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's a reflection. It's a funny thing. If you go deaf, eventually you won't speak clearly. To me, you can't speak right if you can't listen right. So the correlation between the ear and the mouth is so connected that the speech clears when the ear is open. So when I ask you, what did you learn from it? I'm asking you, are you listening? And
Yes.
and as you listen, that should change who you marry, if you marry again, how you communicate, your music, every aspect of your life is like blood. It doesn't stay in one spot. It goes everywhere.
Right.
So wisdom is the same way. It goes everywhere. And I think everything that makes you better makes you wiser.
So, ladies and gentlemen, again, you can't really make this thing up. Nonetheless, you guys already know, as soon as I saw this, I immediately hopped within the comment section. So as you guys can see here, this first commentator say, I feel that his first answer is very telling. This one say, he learned he was a great husband from a 2-year marriage. I digress. This one here said, he say a bunch of nothing. This one say, this is why premarital counseling is important. This one say, the delusion of it all. This one say, his preference about things. This one say, heavy on listening to understand and not just listen. This one say, he was a great husband, but they divorced. What are we saying, young Jeezy? This one say, what? This one say, what he talking about? This one say, do he like black women? Come on. Are y'all really still coming out here and asking this question? Literally, in my opinion, 99% of these male, they despise black women. This right here is why I continuously come out here and will continue to do so. Black women, soon as y'all want to go out here and experience literally everything that this universe has to offer us, the first step that y'all have to take is leaving the dust bucket in the dust, because that's exactly where they belong. Black male, in my opinion, has done a tremendous job of them continuously coming out here shouting from the mountaintop how they despise black women, yet you still have black women asking this type of question. What else do y'all need to get the answer that they don't like us? This one here say accountability. This one say, sir, please. This one said, huh? This one say interesting. This one say, huh? This one say red flag. And as you guys can see, these two other ones just have the disappointing emoji. This one say her mother was part of the problem, and we already know there's always going to be some pick-me-sha coming out here and stripping the lowest hanging fruits away of society from their responsibility. This one say the laughing when he said he was a great husband told me all we needed to know. How is that funny? It's funny because he know that it's not true. But once again, these dust bucket will come out here on these little dusty podcasts and be running their filthy mouth. This one say, first answer, no accountability. This one say, he wants in a great husband. It's okay to admit that. We already know he's not going to do that, because if one thing the lowest hanging fruits of society are good at, apart from making literally every group of women single mama, we already know the second best thing that they're good at is lacking accountability, right? This one say, GC, teach your daughter how to cook. That ready raw. I want to see Tyla in a different light. Sounds like she wants to go somewhere she's never been. Huh? This one say a quote-unquote great husband would still be married. Sounds like a selfish husband. This one say he's trying to be a philosopher so bad. Give me a break. This one say, if you were a great husband, then why aren't you still married? That's the $1 million question. This one here responded by saying, y'all miss what he said. he basically knew he didn't want a non-black wife. And Dust Bucket, we do not care because guess what? Us as black women, we don't want y'all either because why would us as intelligent, beautiful black women? I also need to remind you guys that we are indeed the original women. Every other woman, they are indeed a mutation of a black woman. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Why would we care anything about what the most conquered group of male want? Y'all are indeed at the bottom globally, and because of this dusty mindset right here, it's exactly why y'all are gonna remain at the bottom. For us as black women, we want providers, protectors, and we already know that has absolutely nothing to do with the lowest hanging fruits of society. This one here say narcissistic. This one simply say narc. Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys can see, the dust bucket of society in conjunction with their preferences, when they can no longer keep up the facade, literally, both of them, they will always come out here and tell us exactly what was going on behind closed doors. And like I have said a million times at this point, I love this for them. Nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about the dust bucket Jeezy coming out here saying that he was a great husband to his preference. Once again, dust bucket, if you were indeed a great husband like you're coming out here saying, I can assure you, you would still be married to the woman that you were coming out here having her believe that she was so much better than all of the other black women that you went and making to single baby mama. This is exactly why she's now out here crying, talking about she can't believe she's divorced. She's almost 50 years old. And she is indeed a single baby mama. Do I also need to remind you guys that this woman, prior to her getting involved with this lowest hanging fruit of society, she even said that she didn't even want to be a mother. But once again, like I have said it before, and I'm going to say it again, if one thing that any group of women have secure when they get involved with the lowest hanging fruits of society is that he's born to make them into single baby mama. Nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole dusty predicament. What are your thoughts and opinion are, please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.